I don't got time for no girl.
So I got some good news and some bad news. Let's start with the good news first. The good news is we found it. We found the footage for the Toronto regional vlog that took place this past winter, where I played Miraidon EX during the Surging Sparks format. Now the bad news is this tournament, I made probably one of the biggest mistakes you can make as a Pokemon card player, card trainer, whatever you want to call us, and that is I went into this tournament with 1 hour of sleep. Whatever possessed me the night before to go to the gym because I was super excited. I said I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna, that's gonna help me sleep easier. So I took some pre-workout to get me extra hype for the gym, and that pre-workout I just feel like it did not wear off, and so I was going to bed or trying to go to bed like excited, and I couldn't go to sleep. It was like a kid right before Christmas, like I could not get myself to go to sleep. I wish it took something like a melatonin or something to help, but it didn't happen. So my biggest regret ever for Pokemon is I went to a regional tournament with 1 hour of sleep. Funny enough, I said that as my phone gave me my bedtime reminder. Alright, well, with that said, let's roll the footage and take you guys along to this journey at the Metro Toronto Convention Center for Toronto Regionals Day number 1. I'm excited. I do know I have to go to the washroom real quick before round 1 starts, because if you don't, your first 50 minutes are going to be a very painful 50 minutes. I'll just tell you that much. But yeah, I'm excited for today. The goal is to make it on stream or day 2, or of course win the event. So I'm staying as optimistic as I can. We're hoping that the electric generators are charged. We don't make any reckless, careless error misplays going down. And hopefully round 1, we get treated with a decent matchup. Not a hard one. Just give me something that's like a 50-50. And as long as I don't prize my cards that are really important, I feel very confident going into pretty much every matchup today, except for one. There's one matchup I am genuinely scared of, and it's kind of like an auto loss. It's Control, specifically Snorlax Stall. I'm not running any switch cards in today's deck. We're going all in on the Latias, so hopefully the Latias can carry us through. I don't expect to see too much here today because Cloth. There's so many Cloths out there, and I think Cloth has a pretty good time in the Snorlax Stall, so hopefully that's scaring away the Snorlax players. And apparently from a lot of the podcasts I've been listening to recently, Pidgeot Control is the more, the higher, the better, the stronger Control variant for this tournament, which I have a better matchup into. Definitely a lot better than regular Snorlax Control. But yeah, run one's gonna start pretty soon, and I'm not running on much sleep. If it isn't obvious, I might have talked about it already, but I'm running on 1 hour of sleep. I was so excited last night, and it might have been the pre-workout too kicking in after or before my workout, but I only got 1 hour of sleep, which is devastating. But we're playing Miraidon, I don't have to think too hard about certain lines. I just got sequence, play correctly, and I should be good. And I have caffeine in my system. I got the coffee hidden, and hopefully the generators hit too. But yeah, round 1's gonna start soon. We'll see what goes down. Round number 1 just wrapped up when we played against Elizabeth, and she was from New York, so it's almost like a little neighborhood rivalry because Toronto's pretty close. We played against Dragapult EX for round 1, and it was a scary matchup. Dragapult EX is definitely one of the sketchier matchups now in the Surging Sparks format. One card that was really useful that Miraidon used to always play is Lost Vacuum, and in this particular deck, the 60 we're playing does not have Lost Vacuum. Game number 1 was super close. I had to Force Heal Stone for double turbo energy, even though my Iron Hands had 3 lightning on it, because she ended her turn by dropping off an annoying Pokemon League headquarters on the field, meaning I needed an extra energy. And yeah, I prized my other Area 0, so she already bumped the first one. I had no way to bump the stadium again. I basically had to burn extra energies to attack every single time. I was able to take 2 prizes with Iron Hands, and then 2 prizes again with Miraidon on a Rotom V. I had an energy on my Miraidon already. Had to throw all 3 of them on from Magneton onto the Miraidon. But unfortunately, the generators were not cooking like we wanted to. We went for a kind of aggressive line turn 1. I didn't do as much thinning as I probably should have, because I went for, instead of squawking my 1 generator in hand away, I decided, you know what, we can heavy ball for the hands. and then we'll just we'll go nest ball for the squawk. So the typical amount of thinning I'll usually do on a turn 1 didn't happen. So I played 2 electric generators on my turn 1, and one whiffed, I hit the other, and then I whiffed the other one and whiffed the other one. It was painful. It was painful. But yeah, the big bane of my existence was that Pokemon League headquarters really setting me back. So I lost game 1. Game number 2 was another one that was also quite painful in terms of my prizes. This time, I chose to go second, I gave her first, and I didn't realize it, but they had double Rotom V, so the chance that they'd have an opening start with Rotom was pretty high, and so they got a really nice instant charge off, but I was able to smack the Rotom V in the active, start the 2-prize race. They were able to just pretty much draw perfectly Rare Candy, Dragapult, Arven for Earthern Vessel, and Sparkling Crystal. By the mid-game, I had realized right after my opening hand, because I did the heavy ball, I prized 2 electric generators, which is, that was rough. A big part of my energy acceleration is the electric generators, and when you don't have access to that, and you don't have access to Magneton, which I kind of had access to it, but when you only have 1 energy in the discard, Magneton doesn't really feel very good, right? So yeah, just not my luck of the draw. She was drawing really well, she played really well. So we're starting off Toronto Regionals on home turf with a loss, starting 0-1. So yeah, we're gonna try and bounce back. Hopefully we hit a easier matchup. Last year in Toronto was like a matchup. It was the most painful matchups I could have asked for last year in Toronto. You should check out that vlog maybe later. But we hit like Charizard round 1, beat that. Then we lost to Rapid Strike round 2. Then we hit a Lost Box Kyogre, beat that. And then we hit a Flying Pikachu Arceus VMAX. We beat that. But I won't ruin the vlog. You can check it out later. But hopefully this isn't just matchup hell for us throughout the day. And there's going to be 9 rounds in total. So that means there's going to be a lot of Pokemon being played. Round number 2 just wrapped up, and we played against Surledge EX, a deck that in testing at local tournaments I have lost time and time again to. The homies Vincent, the homie Steven. It's been rough, but I will get to my recap in just a second. We have a recap with Joe for his round number 2 and see how things are going with him. So Joe, what deck are you on today, and tell me about why you chose this deck.
I'm on Miraidon. I've been playing it for a long time. Just felt like the right move. I know that it's very Zard heavy today, but it's also Drago heavy, which you can turbo into it, take out a Drago early, focus on the Ogre Funds after that, so it just felt like the right move.
What kind of Dawn list do you have today? Any special attacks, or is it a mech deck? How's it built for you today?
It's a little different. I'm primarily playing 1 counter gain, an Iono and a Kieran. Kieran's in there just to make up for the lack of switch cards. Plus the extra 30 is really good. I still play the Zapdos, so actually with the 2 I can hit Blood Moons with Miraidon for KO. KO Raging Bolts, Moons, Thorns.
You were just telling me you played against Thorns. How'd the Zapdos go for you? Because I don't have Zapdos today. Was it clutch or what?
It was. I had 1 game that was really good where I just shuffled between 2 Miraidons. One of them had a board on it, so I was able to just retreat into 1, attach for turn, just go back and forth, hit 230, 230. That game went well. Fortunately, the other ones didn't go so well. He was playing Airy and Misfortune Sisters, and I prized my Magneton on those other games, so just couldn't attach.
Most Miraidons don't play it. Why counter game?
It's so good. In times when you're forced to go first, get the Magnemite out early, put it on hands or... Yeah, I mean, put it on hands, put on Raikou, put on Miraidon. Yeah. No matter what, you are using 1 less energy. Attacking with Raikou on your second turn, when you go first for 1 energy, is so powerful. Round 2 recap real quick. We played against Surledge EX. This time they had the Palkia package, the water package, which meant I had a more favorite time into it because I'm not going to have some diabolical cards in that list like Briar. Very happy with how the game went. I was just popping off. We went 2-2-2. I think they only took the last 2 prizes on the last swing of the turn, and I was just drawing pretty perfectly. Generators were cooking. I was thinning properly. I was sequencing everything correctly. So very happy with how the game went. It was kind of just I just ran away with it. So very happy with that. I want to play like that for the rest of the day. When I found out he was playing Surledge, I was scared, but I won the first coin toss, chose first, and then even though I beat him on the first game, he still chose second for game number 2, so I got to go first again. That time I prized my Magneton, but that wasn't a big deal because I was fitting properly, generators were cooking, and yeah, looks like round 3 is going to start pretty soon. Round 3 just wrapped up. We played against Bella on Raging Bolt, and we won the coin toss, which is huge in this matchup, but honestly,
not that huge because Raging Bolt always wants to go second, Miraidon always wants to go first, and game 1 was insane. I got fully set up. I think I thinned out like 14 cards out of my deck, played 2 generators, both of them hit 2. We thinned to the max, Miraidon to start, Nest Ball available, Secret Box turn 1, flood the board, do what I want to do. Her opening turn, she drew, showed me her hand, it was like, I scoop. My turn 1 took like 6 minutes, 7 minutes, and then she just, yeah, she didn't have a Teal Mask, a Raging Bolt, no outs to do anything. Game 2, I got to go first again, and it was like deja vu. I just drew as hot as I possibly could, basically replicating what happened in game 1. Had the Secret Box turn 1, the Mew opening start. Literally, like if you could piece together the dream scenario for opening up with Miraidon in any matchup, that's what I had. So really happy about that. Took game 2 very convincingly as well. They got damage onto my Pikachu. They forgot that Pikachu has the ability Resolute Heart. So she didn't one-shot the Pikachu, she left it with 10 HP. And then for fun, at the very end of the game, my Mew, I let my Mew genome hacking her Bellowing Thunder for like 400. But it could have gone even higher to like 500 or 600. My board was flooded with energies because all the generators were cooking, the Magnetons were popping off, and made a small misplay, but I didn't get punished for it because I had such a big lead. So definitely going to make use of the Super Rod in the future, where if I pop my Magneton, I can Arven for the Super Rod, put the Magnemite and the Magneton back into the deck, and just start setting up another Magneton in the future. So I'm definitely going to try and pull off that play later in this tournament. And I gotta say, the Super Rod feels amazing in the list. The deck ran hot, can't complain, and hopefully we can continue the luck streak. GG's to Bella, she was a really good sport, and she used to play Miraidon, but switched to Raging Bolt. Ref for soon, we're 2 wins, 1 loss. We'll catch you guys for round number 4. All right, we got some time to kill before round number 4, but we have to talk to a fellow Miraidon player, someone who I would never expect to play Miraidon, but I knew he was practicing it up leading to this event. I think he won back-to-back cups. We got Sergio Rodriguez.
Hello! Former Shenpao enjoyer. Why Miraidon? Why are you Team Miraidon now? What happened?
Oh, I tried Shenpao for Louisville. I got destroyed. So then I'm like, what deck is kind of like Shenpao? And then when I started playing Miraidon, I'm like, oh, I can ride you just like Shenpao, and then I can air hands just like Shenpao. I'm like, this is basically another version of Shenpao that doesn't lose to Regidrago. So I'm like, I gotta try it out. You said I won back-to-back cups.
Yeah.
Holy crap. And like against bad matchups, like it's like Zord against like certain bad things, but like I was able to just consistency of Miraidon just won me through. I'm like, this is the deck. This is the deck. I didn't want to draw any games today. I just wanted to play my game today, and it's been going well so far.
Do you have any spice in your deck today that's standing out, that's helping you out at all?
I teched in the Iono. The Iono for 4th boss. Now there's many times I really want the 4th boss, but like the Iono already won me the game today against Goldango. They used their ace spec early. They didn't attack. I used Iono, put all the energy away, and I was able to win the match.
There's one other change you made, so it's gonna help in control matchup. Tell me about that one too.
I put in a Zapdos. I thought Zapdos was gonna win a lot. In case there was Mimikyu, it also fixes some math in other matchups. And I also put in a switch card.
What's your record right now?
I'm currently 2-1.
2-1, nice. What's the goal for today?
Day 2.
Day 2.
Day 2. Even if it's 6-1, I still just want a day 2. I need some points. I need to feel better.
Tips for people who want to play Miraidon.
Practice it. Many people, when I picked up the deck, they were like, oh, it's a linear deck. Anybody can play his Brain Dead. No. The sequencing, like still today, I'm still doing a couple of hiccups, like sequencing, thinning, when to use Generator, when to use the Magneton, when to play all your cards is very important.
Good luck with the rest of the tournament, man. Hopefully we see you in day 2.
All right, thank you.
Round 4 is about to go down. We hit Ryan Ginsberg. We follow each other on Twitter. I'm pretty sure he's a Snorlax player, so I might just become really, really sad if he flips over a Snorlax. He knows I'm on Miraidon 100%. I'm not looking forward to this game. When he sat down right across from me, he plopped the Snorlax plushie, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just lost. However, he's having some fun. He's not playing Snorlax. He was on Cloth Terrapagos. Cloth Terrapagos can be a pretty scary matchup. I want to say it's a 50-50. Just depends on how the prize trade goes, who takes the first 2. And yeah, game number 1 was a nail biter. He ended up taking it. Game number 2 was a nail biter. I ended up taking it. And game number 3, we went into full overtime. And we had to do a gentleman's agreement because yeah, we just knew that with 7 minutes left remaining, there's no way we're gonna have a clear winner. So we shook on a gentleman's agreement, and we decided that it's gonna be based off board state, and if someone would basically whiff the attack, they would be deemed the loser. So we would have a winner that way, and it was close. I made a strong case, but he made a strong case as well, and I wasn't able to win based off of our gentlemen. So I honored the gentlemen's. Ryan won it with his Cloth Tropico deck, and you know, I'm feeling sad that we lost, and you know, it could have been a tie, but after I got mobbed by a bunch of young junior subscribers, some seniors as well, so they were cheering me up. I got an autograph, a whole bunch of stuff, got to sign some Maridon, some Iron Thorns, a whole bunch of playmats. So shout out to all the homies who pulled up after and showed some love. I really, really appreciate it. Plus game against Ryan, and yeah, great opponent. I'm happy to honor the gentleman's agreement because he definitely deserved it. He played really, really well, and I played really, really well too, but luck just was not on my side for that final game. So that's how it be. And yeah, round 5's coming up. We are now 2 wins, 2 losses. Basically, we can't lose. We can't lose to make it into day 2. We have to win, and we can afford 1 tie. That's it. We have to win out. So hopefully we can clutch it up, and we'll see you guys for the next round. Oh yeah, next round should be starting in a couple of minutes. We were one of the last games playing, and fun fact, Sergio, our fellow Maridon maniac that we just interviewed a second ago before going into this round, he sat right beside me as well, and I believe he beat Golden Go again. So shout out to Sergio for clutching it up against Golden Go, one of the harder matchups. And hopefully we can see him in day 2, because I'm cheering him on. It's fun to see him on Maridon. He's finally drinking the lemonade. Round number 5 just wrapped up, and we played against Jean-Manuel from Montreal. And he's actually a friend of Jay, a fellow player we're friends with online on Twitter and stuff, who actually played at the Baltimore Regionals round 1. But yeah, our game was intense, man. I have not done a intense Maridon mirror match like that in forever. I haven't even been really testing the Maridon mirror match at all, just because it's like, I'll figure it out. I've been playing Maridon since it came out, and so had my opponent. So we were really, really ready for the Maridon mirror. I had so much fun. We were just like hitting generators and stuff and just smacking each other. And so yeah, game 1 was really, really close. I managed to win the coin toss. I didn't know what my opponent was playing, so I chose to go first, and I got pretty set up. I ended up playing generator twice, charging up my Raichu a whole bunch. I had squawk and everything, and I had no idea what I was up against because all I see is Iron Bundle in the active. What I do is I promote my Raichu and I fast charge, and then he draws for turn, drops Maridon, and I'm like, oh, I have made a grave mistake. He ends up squawking his hand away, plays the generator, hits one for one of them, plays another generator, doesn't hit anything. He goes squawk, and then his squawk did not give him a playable hand. My squawk, I discarded 2 Arbins, and I'm like, you know what, it is what it is. I'd rather squawk than hold on to these Arbins. Jean-Manuel, he squawked, and he got nothing. He had no way to retreat and attack my Raichu with 4 energies in the active. I was like, oh man, I made a huge mistake. But game 1, I won, we clutched it up. Game 2 was really, really close back and forth, but he ended up doing a Ampy Very Much play on my my Squawkabilly EX for the 3 prize knockout at the end. And then game 3, we have like 8 minutes left for game 3, and I'm like, I don't think we have to make a gentleman's because Maridon is pretty fast. We just go bang, 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 bang. It went all the way down to the final turn of overtime. It went 0, 1, 2, and I was the last turn. Jean-Manuel had 2 prizes left remaining. I still had 3, but in my hand, I had Iron Hands EX, DTE, Boss, Generator. I had Mew on the board, Pheasant Skibidi on the board as well. I load up my hands, put the Charm, the DTE, I boss up the Luminion on the bench, and I played Generator, and Generator hits nothing. I needed Generator to hit 2 for this, or I needed to evolve my Magneton. And so I played Generator, I see the Magneton, I was like, dang, I should have Fez, I would have just won right there. So no luck there. I go Mew for 2, I get an Energy, and the next card was an Ultra Ball. The second I saw the Ultra Ball in hand, I had another Energy in hand, you know, 3 off 3 start in total. I'm like, I win. I literally don't even have to use Pheasandipides, flip the script. I can just Ultra Ball for the Magneton I saw a second ago, explode, and go Ampy Very Much on the Luminion V. So intense game, oh my god. We're still in it for day 2.
we can't tie. We just can't. Well, we can tie, but if we tie, our hopes at top cut are pretty much over. But we can still make day 2. But if we win out, we can still make top cut tomorrow. And if we win out tomorrow, we make top cut or asymmetrical cut. So, I am shaky, but it hurts to take down a fellow Miraidon maniac. But yeah, it had to be done to carry on and get into this next round with a 3-win, 2-loss record. Whew. I need fresh air, but getting outdoors here is not very accessible. So we're hanging out inside, and then the homie Zachary, I believe, just pulled up a fellow subscriber from my old channel, SneakerTalk, hence SneakerTalk TCG. And he said he's been watching me since SneakerTalk, and he's also playing Miraidon, so he was playing a couple tables down from me, which is pretty cool. And he said it was going rough for him. And then he saw me playing a couple people down, and then his luck turned around, and he clutched up as well. So I might hit him because he's also 3-2. But it would be crazy if we just had a bunch of Miraidon mirrors. All right, I'm excited. I'm having fun. I said, yo, win or lose, if I get knocked out by this Miraidon, at least it was by the hands of another Miraidon player. Round 6 is coming up soon. We got 6, 7, 8, 9, 4 more rounds to go. And let's see if we can make day 2 or not. Round number 6 just wrapped up, and it was a painful one. We went from having to take down a fellow Miraidon player to hitting the Snorlax Mimikyu control player. It was painful, man. It was painful. I played it out to the best of my ability, but by the end of game 1, they had the Pidgeot V to turn off, or to never deck out. So, yeah, my deck out win condition was not possible. In game 2, I chose to go second because you can usually attempt to go for some big donk plays if they're not able to set up. I chose second. They used 2 accompanying flutes, and those flutes brought the music, man. My Pokemon were sleeping on the bench. You got the Lumineon, the Pikachu. It was rough. But yeah, I played it out. I dragged it out for the full 50 minutes plus 3 turns, or not plus 3 turns, but full 50 minutes. I was like, hey, if I'm gonna be in torment mode, I'm gonna, yeah, my brain hurts. Maybe I should have scooped earlier, just so I could eat more of the submarine sandwiches I made. But yeah, we are now officially out of our day 2 contention with 3 wins, 3 losses. We got 3 more rounds left to go, so we'll see what we can do. But yeah, we're gonna play it out for content, have some fun, and yeah, the opponents beside me were like looking at us, and they felt bad for me. They're like, "Damn, bro, sucks." I was like, I'd rather play Cloth than play against Snorlax. One cool thing too is my opponent had this like aura to them. If you're familiar with like Yu-Gi-Oh! And the Shadow Realm, he was giving like Master Merrick energy. When you play Control, you're probably a little bit evil. As we're playing, I'm like playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Eternal Duelist Game Boy Advance soundtrack in my head as we're playing. Time to eat some food, maybe find some homies to see how they're doing. Hopefully my fellow Miraidon players never hit the Control like I did. And yeah, Miraidon used to not be as bad into Control. Like, this matchup into Control is so bad that it's pretty much a near auto loss, but my previous versions of Miraidon were actually quite good. We had like the Regieleki Vs that could swap in and out because it has an attack that hits and run. And then we had Zapdos, we had Luxray, so we could snipe the trainers out of their hand, but we don't have my own special Control Miraidon sauce for this particular event. So we just had to take the hard out, the Snorlax. A couple more minutes before the very next round, but we have a fun, quick interview with the subscriber, Gabriel, who's popping off right now. He's still in contention for day 2. So Gabriel.
I'm playing a Raging Bolt EX. I'm actually 4-1-1.
Nice.
And it's actually my very first regional ever. I'm actually gonna try to do a positive score, like just a positive score. I'm gonna be happy, but day 2 is actually perfect, also very good for me. Even if I don't make it to day 2, or if I don't make it to my goal, it's okay. I'm still having a lot of fun here. I have a coach. His name is Malcolm Willam. What we did is that we wanted to play as much games as we can. The thing is that in about almost 2 months, I played like 185 games with Raging Bolt. That's a lot. I would say top 1 is Gengar.
Okay, you got the
Miss Magius. I really like Miss Magius. And I would say in 3rd place, Probably Charizard. Whatever you do, if you win some, you might lose some. Don't give up. Check your hand, say good game. It happens to everyone. Even if you have some heavy losses, you don't suck. Always practice. Practice makes perfect.
So round number 7 just wrapped up and we played against another Cloth Terapagos EX. Now this game, well, first of all, my opponent was super chill, really friendly. Both of us were a little sad because we just got knocked out of day 2 contention. But yeah, the vibes were still really positive all throughout the match, and yeah, it was a fun game, just like playing with the homie that I'd see at locals all the time, but I've never met this guy in my life. But he's from Hamilton, so fellow Ontarian? I think that's the right word, Ontarian, from Ontario. But yeah, Cloth Terapagos, 50-50 matchup. Game 1, I did not draw really well at all. It was painful. It was a painful game. And then game 2, I choose to go second because I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna deny them the precious trolley play, and I'll take second so they can't Arven for it. However, they start Oranguru, so they just get Sealstone and whatever, Ancient Booster Capsule, and then they get the trolley that way, and then they pop off. And then on my side of the field, I got my one Raikou, my lone one Raikou once again, and I have a draw, pass. Oh, draw, attach, pass. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. So this game for round 7, or just round 7 match in general, was the worst I've drawn all day. So I guess it kind of evens out because I drew so hot in some of my other matchups. But after hitting Snorlax and then hitting this and then not drawing, not getting to really play, it felt bad, man. It felt bad. Now our record is 3 wins, 4 loss. We have 2 more rounds left to go. So I'm gonna try and stay optimistic, but not gonna lie, the lack of sleep is definitely getting to me. I'm feeling groggy and tired. So I didn't bring any extra caffeine or energy drink or coffee with me other than the morning coffee I had. So if I come back tomorrow, I'll probably pack like an energy drink can or something like that. So round number 9 is going to start in a second before we do the round 8 recap, which is actually a really weird one. We have a quick interview with the homie from the Shuffle Squad and one of our locals friends that we see like every Friday at Manta. We got Little Dark Fury. LDF, what deck are you on today?
Played Goldengo today. I was testing Lugia a lot for the past week. I thought Lugia was a good call for this tournament. As I was testing more against like Charizard, Regidrago, you lose games when you don't play the game. And Lugia is a deck that, when you play the game, the deck is insane, but a lot of time you don't play the game. And I was getting really fed up with it. And I hadn't day 2 Toronto yet. And I played Lugia to my last 2 Torontos. So I'm like, I kind of got to make it a 3rd time to charm. But yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't play Lugia. So last minute, swap back to Goldengo, which was my 2nd pick. It's my comfort deck. The Goldengo list I'm playing has a 1/1 Bibarel in it, because I found that against like Cloth, against Drago, against Charizard, they like to just throw Ionos at you and stuff, and it can get sometimes difficult to keep up. Even when you have Goldengo and Fez in play, they can prime catcher kill Fez. So the Bibarel kind of helps in those situations. It's good early on if you can get it down before it gets KO'd. The Bibarel did win me a game. Round 2 hit Regidrago, and they went Radzard, KO, Fez. The only way I could win is if I get boss. And my board was really mid, but I had the Bibarel. So Bibarel got me to the boss to win me the game. So the Bibarel has been good. You don't use it all the time, but when you do use it, it's really, really good to have. It makes your board just really hard to like counter. But a lot of my losses, unfortunately, didn't do great this weekend. I hit Control, which is a really bad matchup. Then I hit a Mirror match, which basically that matchup is just Togekiss spam, and they got way luckier than I did, unfortunately. We got to game 3. And it was either down to whoever flipped heads on the Togekiss won the game, and unfortunately they had the chance to flip heads before I did. So they took like the last 3 prizes on heads on my Goldengo. So RNG got me there, and then I hit a Charizard. And game 2 I kind of misplayed. I Cypher Maniac'd for Energy Search Pro Buddy Potham, and I should have went Vessel Energy Search Pro. Turns out I was 1 energy off the knockout. I kind of miscalculated that. I got punished because I drew a bunch of cards and still whiffed the last energy to go 7 knockout. We got to game 3. I'm like, that's fine. We'll tie, whatever. And then unfortunately, game 3, I went Fez, Attach, Pass. I played an Iono, and the Iono did not give me anything, so got destroyed there. So just bad luck, bad RNG, it is what it is. And then one of my other losses was to Charizard, because I prized Togepi, Fez, Energy Search Pro, and my last Gimme Ghoul. And then the second game, we bricked again. So I mean, overall, like, when the deck plays the game, it's good. A lot of my wins were just because I had, like, a decent hand. That's why I like about Goldengo. When you don't need a whole lot to get the deck going. Like, even literally a Gimme Ghoul board state, and a Goldengo in hand is a lot of the time enough to stay in the game. But it is what it is. Bad variance, bad matchups, bad RNG. It is what it is. Definitely still going to probably play the deck to more tournaments. It's fun to play, and it's still a really strong deck. I've been cooking. Trust me, I've been cooking. I got a few videos working in the works. Working on a Roaring Moon Togekiss deck. Shout out to my friend Sean for giving me the idea for that. Togekiss with Raging Bolt could be a bit of a meme. And then maybe like, I want to try Togekiss with Charizard. I can't really get that all to fit, but I'm cooking.
How do you feel about the new, is it Bidoof coming out?
I think it's good for the game. The game's really fast right now. Like, a lot of the games this weekend were because my opponent won the coin flip. A lot of the time it ended up deciding the fate of the match. So I'm glad to see like this turbo meta get slowed down a little bit. Like E-Switch, Generator, Buddy Poff, and Rare Candy all get like neutered by Budu. But at the same time, Budu does hurt setup decks, but helps them at the same time. It's a weird conundrum. It's not a perfect card because you can still kill with Dusclops. I think Tiamiibo will still be popular. Dragapult, Phantom Dive food right there. It's a good card, but I think that it's going to warp the meta, but not a lot. It's not like Seismitoad EX is what I'm trying to get at. So I'm excited for it. I think it's a good addition to the game. I don't know how it'll be after rotation, though, when we already lose like Pokestop, Rotom, V-Stars in general. It'll be weird to have it, because the format's already going to slow down in a couple months. Main channel, Little Dark Fury. If you're into rogue, fun, casual decks, check out my main channel. I got a lot of those just at 70k subs, so hopefully next year, 100k, fingers crossed. I have a second YouTube channel, LDF Pokemon TCG, for competitive content. And then there may or may not be a third channel in the next week.
Family channel, you got a girl. No,
I wish, bro. No.
One day.
I ain't got time for that.
Pokemon is the priority.
I don't got time for no girl. But I maybe got a third channel coming for. I don't know if you've heard of this really cool game right now that's like blowing up. Roblox. Pokemon Pocket.
We played against Lost Box Pikachu EX. This matchup is pretty good for Miraidon because you just got to go amp. That's what we did for game 1. Game 2, didn't get to use my generators, and I got destroyed by Lost Box or the Pikachu EX. And he did a nasty 4-prize Radiant Greninja board wipe on my Mew EX and my Squawk. And then game 3 rolls around, I choose to go second, and I look at my hand, and the neighbors beside me all see my hand, and they're like giving me this look. They're like, yo, you got this. S tier hand. We got Mew, Squawk, Iron Hands, Generator, DTE. There's no way I'm not gonna amp turn 1 going second. And before my opponent sets down the prize cards, he's like, you know what, bro? I gotta go to the washroom. Take this. So I'm like, okay. And then I just show him my hand because I had to flex that I actually had an S tier hand, but yeah, cool dude. And our record now going into round number 9 is 4 wins, 4 losses, which means it's make or break. Can we finish with a positive win rate? We'll find out in just a second. Round 9 just wrapped up. We played against Regidrago V-Star, the one and only Drago V-Star of the day. And I was excited because, Miraidon these days has a pretty good time into Regidrago V-Star. But before we get to my round 9 recap, I have an interview with Pokemon Trainer Win, right here, the one, the only. And you're not on Moon the Dunsparce like Orlando, right? So tell me about your deck choice today and why you chose your list.
So originally, I wanted to play Flygon Control. Tested it out. We thought that Regidrago was going to be the most played deck, which I think it is. Auto loses to it. So my friend's like, Win, you need to just play a real deck. I was like, okay, Flygon's not a real deck, whatever. So I switched to Goldengo because it got a lot better. Yeah. And I was playing Goldengo when Paradox first came out. Tested it out. I was playing the Togekiss version, just straight Togekiss. Did fine. It's like you land heads, you win. If not, it's like whatever. But then got a little nervous because I was losing a lot. So decided to put in a 1-1 Palkia line. And then a 1-1 Togekiss line.
So it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid kind of, okay.
And it turns out, used Palkia once in 9 rounds. Bruh. So, and then every time I put down my Togepi, they always targeted it. So I wish I had 2 Togepi. So moving forward, I think straight Togekiss is my personal preference. Yeah. My record is 4-4-1.
4-4-1?
So it's even. Yeah. I'll take it. Didn't make day 2, but maybe next regional. So you can find deck guides, BTCG live gameplay, pack openings, a little bit of vlogs too. I've been starting the vlog. Shout out to, of course, Christian. He kind of inspired me to do more vlogging because his stuff is high quality. If you're not subscribing, you're watching this for the first time, subscribe to him. But yeah, you can check out my YouTube is Royal Illis.
Are you making a vlog today? Can people find out what's happening on your side of things?
Yes, sir.
I see the camera right here. Ooh. Oh, sick, sick. Maybe you guys can find me on his channel. I'll leave his vlog linked down below, so if you want to binge watch his video right after, absolutely do so. For round 9, we played against Dragapult. My opponent was Christina, and even her like Twitter bio or Twitter name has Miraidon. It's Miraidonks in it, which is really cool player. We had a really good back and forth, but by the very end of the game, in overtime, I just had my board state so established, and I would have been able to just easily knock out her only Drago on the board. So she was super chill, and she scooped it up like we had a gentleman's agreement, but we didn't. So I really appreciate that. And we finished off with a record of 5 wins and 4 losses. So we'll have my current or whatever rank on screen right here. She also gave me a really cool gift, which I'm gonna use as a V-star marker. So here's the cool Cramorant. If you guys enjoyed this video, of course, maybe binge watch some more, hang out some more, hit that red button down below, or click on screen. You can check out the playlist. Thanks for hanging out. If you guys made it to the end of the video, comment Miraidon Gang down below. Don't forget to use code SneakerTalk at comfyhobbies.com, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
I don't got time for no girl.